There's a technique you don't often hear about in gaslighting discussions, and when you learn how to use it correctly, it will not only stop someone from gaslighting you, but it will also serve as a powerful tool to prevent arguments and preserve your self-esteem. So stay with me because this could change your life. Now, with me, I explored every strategy and technique I could find to stop gaslighting. And the most effective solution came from an unconventional approach. Not only will you completely shut down gaslighting attempts, but you will also regain control of your life. So please give this technique a try and let me know your experiences in the comments below. Now, I've always approached confrontation with gaslighters carefully because confronting them often leads to further manipulation, denial, and attempts to undermine you. But gaslighting can be incredibly damaging if left unchecked. So this technique is the key to stopping them because it prevents escalating arguments and the erosion of your self-confidence. But I must warn you, this technique is very powerful. Only use it on a malicious person who is intentionally gaslighting you. And be absolutely certain that you understand all the steps before you try it. Now, in this technique, there are 3 steps that you will take that have a powerful and immediate impact on a person gaslighting you. I call them the anchor, the reality check, and the power walk. These 3 steps form this technique, and they will not only allow you to have more control over your life, but they will also have a shocking effect on anyone who is trying to gaslight you. Now, compared to other methods, it leaves no room for debate. This technique is superior because it clearly establishes your boundaries without engaging in exhausting arguments. So pay close attention because you absolutely must get a firm understanding of all the steps for this to work. So here it is. Step 1, the anchor. Before you face any potential gaslighting situation again, take a moment and slowly turn your attention inward. This is your chance to clearly see yourself, understand your needs, and your own self-worth. Now, think about that person and ask yourself these 4 powerful questions. Number 1, what do I want this relationship to give me? Most likely you want to feel mutual respect, support, and trust from this person. Now, number 2, what is stopping you from having that already? Clearly, you should recognize that it's their gaslighting that has undermined your confidence and caused your problems. But anyone who really thinks about this question will quickly realize that tolerating their behavior is what really stops you from having what you want. Number 3, ask yourself, how do I want to feel? Anyone would say that we all want to feel confident, validated, and respected. So now ask yourself this 4th question. How will I know when I have that confidence, validation, and respect? You might say that you will feel secure and respected in your interactions, and you will trust your own perceptions and experiences. Now, this moment is crucial, and the reason I say that is because this gives you an emotional anchor to hold you steady. What I mean by that is you're defining your boundaries based on your own self-awareness, which ultimately means you're not going to react to that gaslighting or settle for anything but respect. And the reason I say that is because when you're clear about what you want and what you deserve, it becomes much harder for someone to make you doubt yourself. So get ready, because in this next step, you might feel empowered and assertive, but also a little nervous, and that's okay. But before I go on, please pay very close attention to this one warning. This is a powerful technique, and often gaslighters will have a very strong reaction to it. So if there is any indication that they might become violent Or if you see that they are becoming severely agitated, then immediately move on to the final step. Okay? You've been warned, so here we go. Step number 2. The reality check. This step is all about standing firm and remembering how you answered those questions in step 1. These questions will guide you and help you to remember you're valuable and deserve respect. Now, this step has the benefit of setting boundaries while showing you trust yourself. And it works well because they cannot twist your words if you do not give them any wiggle room. This makes your stance much harder to shake, which ultimately is devastating to a gaslighter's manipulation. Here's what you're going to do to stop them from gaslighting you. Take a deep breath and center yourself. Say nothing, look directly at them, mouth closed, eyes opened, no reaction at all. You can blink slowly, but only slowly. Let them talk until they stop, and then repeat back whatever gaslighting statement they said and add, "That's interesting." For example, they're going to say, "You're always ignoring me." You repeat, "You think I'm always ignoring you? That's interesting." Then stay silent and let them vent. Repeat this as many times as you feel comfortable doing it, or until they're done and they leave, or until they ask you a question. Then speak calmly but firmly, like you're stating an undeniable fact, as if you're stating a fact about the weather. Keep your voice steady and your emotions in check, and say, "I know what is true, and this discussion is over." Now, the reason this works is because this step uses clear, assertive language that leaves no room for debate. It demonstrates that you recognize the gaslighting and won't tolerate it, and that halts the manipulator's tactics and asserts your reality. Now, you will want to practice these steps in advance to ensure you remain calm and composed. So review this video as often as you need to, and let me know in the comments if you'd like a video that helps you remain calm and composed. Before we go on to the final step, I have to tell you something very important. It is critical to remember that gaslighters have a fragile ego, little self-esteem, and are inherently weak. So this powerful step can really shut them down completely, but it can also break them to the point where they become highly frustrated. So be careful and be prepared to quickly move on to step number 3. Now, a surprising thing happens when people learn and practice this technique. And that surprising thing is that often they just want to only use the third and final step when confronting a gaslighter, and that's perfectly okay. Combining these 3 steps provides a comprehensive approach to shutting down gaslighting attempts, but ultimately, it is this final step that puts an immediate end to the gaslighting without further engagement. Now, this step is all about choosing yourself and your own well-being, which is all guided by your self-reflection in step 1. Remember the questions. What's stopping you from having what you want? And how will you know when you have the respect and validation you deserve? These questions empower you to recognize when a situation isn't serving you, and this gives you the courage to walk away. This is step 3. The power walk. You're going to walk away, but you're not just leaving, you're actively choosing to honor your needs and boundaries. It's a powerful act of self-respect, and this is how you do it. Make your intention clear. You're done with their gaslighting. Then make like a tree and leave. Seriously, just go. Have a safe place where you can escape to and go there. Now, here's what you're going to say. You're going to say to that gaslighter, "This conversation isn't productive and I'm leaving." Say nothing else. Do nothing else. Do not engage with them. Just leave. That is the power walk. This is ultimately the only 100% effective way to stop their gaslighting, because you are prioritizing your own emotional safety over their manipulation, which means you have firm, clear boundaries and you remove people from your life who cross them. Now, this is why the power walk works. It's like changing the channel from a TV show that you don't want to see. You're taking control of what you allow in your life. And when they gaslight you, you shut it down by walking away. Now, you have a zero tolerance for their bull, because you deserve to be with someone who lifts you up and supports you, not someone who tears you down with gaslighting. Now, to tie it all together, by reflecting on the 4 questions beforehand, you've created a solid foundation for the next 2 steps, which means the reality check becomes more than just asserting facts. It's about how you affirm your self-worth and your needs, and the power walk isn't just an escape, it's a conscious choice to respect yourself and set boundaries. Now, you'll need to watch these 2 videos, 5 clear signs someone is gaslighting you and how gaslighting makes you doubt yourself, and then put this technique into action right away, because your future self will thank you for it. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Simply click that button below. Until next time, take care of yourself.